Hi, the purpose of this video is to show you how to perform a cash-in at the end of day all the way going to opening a new day.
What you see on the screen right now is an excerpt from the welcome package that you were emailed when you were first hired. This excerpt talks about the importance of cash drops and that they must be performed at least once per hour for every hour that you're open. You should not perform any cash drops between your final cash in of the day and when you open a new day and done your first cash in.
So the first step here is we're going to fill in our cash tally worksheet. So I'm going to assume that everyone knows how to get to this point where we've already filled in our back box, which is the left side, and the cash register POS, which is the right side. So the next step would be that we would go to our POS to do a cash in. So from this screen here, we would click on the restaurant functions, put in our clerk number and our password, click on OK. Then we go to 1 minute cash in. At this point, we're only going to be filling in this field which says loose currency and change fund. And the cash register side, which is the POS, is going to be the bottom number here. In this case is the 177.60. You wouldn't worry about this 929.60. That's a total of these two numbers, back box and POS together. You're just looking at this first number where it says total. You're going to be putting that in the loose currency field. So in this case it is 177.60. So again, double checking. The back reserve total button goes to change fund, and the cash register POS total button right here, which is 177.60, this case goes to loose currency. After clicking save and then clicking on yes for confirming that the total is correct, it's going to take you to this screen. It's going to give you a cash in drawer report. Now what we want to pay attention to is this over short line right here. Currently it says minus $934.65. You can ignore that for now, but when you do the cash in, it should be very close to $0. It's just for this example, I didn't put in an actual cash in, I put in just 0. And that's why it gave me this huge negative number. So if there is a number that's way off, then you want to double check to make sure that your counts are correct. But most of the time it should come in close to 0. So at this point you would hit close. You don't have to hit save. You just want to hit close. Okay, so back to the POS here. We want to click on the Windows button on the keyboard. That'll give us some active programs here. We want to go down to the bottom where it's got POS, PrepPal, Microsoft Excel. This is going to be the open cash tally worksheet. We want to save this as, and this older version of Microsoft Excel, it's this button up here. I'm going to go to save as, which is right here. Okay, so you can see the file here is named Cash Tally Worksheet in dark blue. We want to go to Dropbox. This is for the current Wharncliffe store. So Wharncliffe store files, and we want to go into the Cash Tally Worksheet folder, which is right here. I open it. Then you want to go to the current week. Right now, with today's date is January 22nd, so week ending January 24th is great. So you can see again, it's the name of this file is currently Tally Coin Order Worksheet. We're going to click on one of these to change the format. So you can see now that the format says January 20th, 1:55 p.m. We want to keep this format. We're going to change it to today's date. So let's say, for example, this was January 30th, and we just did a cash in at 2:03 p.m. and then I would put my name. The XLS is something you don't have to worry about. You can ignore that. So I'm just going to put Jason. Okay, and then I click save. And now that this is saved to Dropbox as a different name, so January 30th is no longer the worksheet. We can now close down this file and Excel. Okay, that closed down the open file, and this X up here is going to close down Excel. You can see it'll bring us back here to the cash register. Now that was the procedure for all cash-ins in general, regardless of whether it's the middle of the day, the last cash-in of the day, or the opening cash-in of the day. Now, if this was a closing cash-in, we would do the procedure that we just followed here. We wouldn't be doing any cash drops whatsoever. At this point, we would have just been doing those prior to us even starting our cash-in. So the next step here would be go to do our end of day. So you go to restaurant functions, put in your username and password, operations. The end day button is right here.